Alright, we're live. Um, and we are drafting. We are currently in the middle of a draft. I was just gonna get into like an ESPN mock draft while I was walking, see what the ADP was looking like and everything. But, I have now realized that ESPN is absolutely horrible. Getting Terry McLaurin this late. I'm getting Jadarian Price right now, and I don't think there's anyone else. I could take Mike Evans. There's no way I'm taking Mike Evans though. Like I'm hoping that they have their rank. Is there no ADP here? I'm gonna take Jadarian Price. Is there no ADP? Aha, ADP. Now, again, ADP isn't gospel. It's what everyone will tell you. Now, these rankings, dude, ADP has Brandon Aubrey at 84.4. So I think these mean something, the rankings. However, I would rather go a little bit off of ADP then. You know what? No, I'm not doing that because these are clearly people who are just filling out rosters. Now, why is Roma Dunze falling? I have no idea. Let's take a look at this board here. And what does this do? Oh, that's pretty cool. It has been a really long time. And, ooh, I hope that sound wasn't on for y'all. Is there no dark mode? This UI is really bad. But what I do like is this roster view feature. Even though we have the rosters right next to us, it makes it easy to see everyone's roster. So you can see what the people around you may want. Right now, though, we are starting off really hot with Drake May, Ashton Genty, Kenneth Walker, ARSB, Devonta Smith, Tyler Warren, Terry McLaurin in our flex, Jadarian Price. This is the Gridiron Gauntlet League. Now, I honestly can't tell you what that means. It's some sort of tournament, and clearly, we don't have the brightest of people on here yet. So I'm going to take advantage. We're just going to go ahead and draft like we can. How I can tell you that we don't have the brightest people in the world on here? We got Stefan Diga taking Matthew Stafford at the 6'3", where, to be honest, no, he just won MVP. I know he was like a QB. He's a top 5 QB in fantasy points last year. I'm still not taking him there. Bashal Tootin made it all the way down there. Now, I understand it for players like that. Same thing, I kind of get the Jadarian Price thing, and wow, this guy goes with the Brandon Aubrey pick. I love Brandon Aubrey, don't get me wrong, and he takes the Rams defense. I mean, this is a guy, if you can not tell already, we had an incredibly weird start to this one, where Puka Nacua went at the 101. Yeah, Gibbs goes at 2, JSN at 3. So we had Jamar Chase falling to 5. We had Bijan falling to 4. So both those teams should be relatively happy. Now, some of these players are getting so buried within these ADPs that it would be nice to have had my tool ready for this. Like, for instance, I wouldn't have taken... Like, there was a few players I didn't want to really take. Like, in the case of Jadarian Price, Could I have taken no Jadarian Price and Rome Odunze? I think to me is honestly a honest conversation. Jalen Waddle. I could have taken Jalen Waddle and then still gotten Jackson Dart or another good QB here at 707, or even just waited on QB. But overall, I do like my lineup, so I'm not going to complain. We're going to be coming up on the pick here. Mike Evans is still on the board. How in the world is this an accurate ranking? Got Mike Evans, Makai Lemon. I'm sorry, Matthew Golden is above Makai Lemon. You got Christian Watson and Matthew Golden going back to back. So Christian Watson, a pretty good value here where I may actually go with Christian Watson in a full PPR league. Jordan Tyson is very nice. These two players are more injury prone, however. Mike Evans, I think, is better of a player than Christian Watson. But given that I'm managing this team every week, I'm going to take Christian Watson here. Now we have 4 receivers, 3 running backs, a QB, and a tight end. In this draft, probably if I do take a tight end, it would be like in my last round. More likely than not, I'm not going to take a tight end though. So, yeah. What I want to do is, I believe this is a normal league. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw out some trade offers, use our leverage to maybe, trade a couple good players into our way of maybe upgrading Amon-Ra St. Brown to Jamar Chase, or upgrading Devonta Smith to Malik Neighbors. Things like that. Jordan Tyson, Michael Wilson at the same turn. That is so weird. So weird. We may get Mike Evans coming back to us. If we do, I'm going to auto-click him, and then I'm basically going to be done at wide receiver. And we're going to have the biggest trade pieces in the world. I don't even know what to do with a team like that. Like I could argue starting Mike Evans in some weeks over Devonta Smith, obviously based on matchup. Week 1, probably not, just because we're playing the Rams. But yeah, it's a team where I passed on Christian McCaffrey to take Amon-Ra St. Brown. Again, Amon-Ra St. Brown, my highest ranked player at that point, but yeah. Like, I'm going to auto-click. Who just got taken? The Steelers defense? I'm going to scroll down a little bit just to make sure. Ramondre Stevenson's still here. We can get him in the next round, though. There's just no way he deserves to be down this far. Jaden Reed is going to be a huge value down there. Blake Corum is going after Matthew Golden. Now, it's not a best ball league, so to me, Blake Corum kind of does become that like handcuff running back in a 10-team full PPR league, which this is. However, I still just don't think that that's a fair comparison. And this dude's name is Kenneth. Doesn't take Kenneth Walker. I think he was probably hoping you'd get Kenneth Walker. I need to go in and change my team name, because my smart team is low-key not a good name. Not at all. Alright. And ooh, I put up the buy-in as $5. It is not $5. So this is a free-to-enter draft. I have no idea what the prize pool is. We'll take a look at that together after this, but Tucker Kraft goes after Travis Kelce. Now, taking a player like Drake May, do I really need a backup QB? Probably not. Will I consider taking one? I'll look at the QBs available on the board, but yeah. Bo Nix, Brock Purdy, Joe Burrow, Bo Nix, Brock Purdy. So QB is going to be expensive. QB is going to be expensive. We do want a running back, so seeing RJ Harvey and JCM go off is not ideal. I know exactly my first pick when we're on here. Where? He must have already gone. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take Ramondre here. Because there's no way I'm taking any of these guys over Ramondre Stevenson. My next pick will be Mekhi Lemon if he is still on the board. Where did Travion go in this? Travion Henderson went 8.2. We got Ramondre Stevenson going 11.7. Now, granted, there are a whole 20 picks behind. 11.7, let's contextualize that a little bit more. That is the 117th pick. That is still insane. I'm sorry. Jordan Addison is smiling at me right now. Mekhi Lemon had went. I kind of wanted a running back. And Brooks is standing here too. Honestly, we're doing so solid at RB where we can sit and stash Jonathan Brooks here. Because look, Kenneth Walker goes down, we have Jadarian Price. Kenneth Walker and Ashton Jeanty go down, we have Ramondre Stevenson. I feel great about that. And then Jonathan Brooks is a high upside pick where if he ends up starting, he probably is going to be really good for you. So yeah. The another thing I don't like about these drafts is how long they are. How's this a minute per pick? Kenyon Sadiq went before Isaiah Likely. What are we talking about here, dude? What are we talking about? Corum goes. Again, Jonathan Brooks is someone who, right now in my rankings, I will take over Corum. And while Blake Corum is in the league-winning offense, and you have the ability to trade him to, where is that team? The Kyron team. Who has Kyron? Kyron went 4-6. You would have the ability to trade him to the Kyron team in the case of a Kyron injury. I don't really know if I want to do that. Now, it doesn't look like we're going to get a great kicker DST, but Not something I'm too stressed about. Kyler Murray, Jordan Addison. So I think we've caught up a little bit here to ADP. Oh my god, he was just buried. Whoa. I'm gonna hold off on taking him just because I know I can get him later. But wow. That is. Kyle Monangai? At 116. We do have Christian Watson, so I don't want to take Jaden Reed. We'll take Monangai. And then we're about to lock into DST kickers, but wow. This is an insane draft. I've never been this happy going through and drafting, and damn, Mason goes. Okay. We have 4 running backs sitting on our bench. We have one more running back than receiver. We're going to take another receiver. Stribling is down there. I'm just making sure we're not completely missing a name. Stribling is really nice to be taking here, but we do have Evans. I will take. Yeah, we'll just take Casey. We'll take Casey. And then we'll look into kickers because I think kickers will always score you more than defenses, especially on standard defense settings. If you have boosted defense settings, which I have in a few leagues, it can make sense. But honestly, ooh, wait, how do I could do that? Is it hard to bet? Smack that on the floor, smack that, give me some more, there's that clip of like Grossi singing that. And I totally want to be able to do that. That would be super funny. I'm in a dynasty league, and a dude has his wife in the league, co-managing a team with him. And he picked up Darren Waller in his league, and she was like, "Oh, yeah, he's glued to Twitter. Like, good luck getting anyone who has any news like that." And I was, everyone was laughing because he got it for very cheap too. I mean, let me see. Najee Harris. I don't even know why he had Najee Harris in this kind of dynasty league at this point. Like, it just doesn't even make sense. It's not like a. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's a very strong investment to be making. Let's see. Fairbairn goes. Who else went? Cam Little went. Okay, let's take a look at the other kickers here. Kickers can win you. Ooh. I like the mid offenses when it comes to kickers. Like, I don't think the Packers offense is anything elite. Not a knock on Jordan Love. More so a knock on um, the receivers because they're not that good. So they're going to have a lot of opportunity here. We're going to go ahead and grab our DST after this. Rams is gone, obviously. Are these like okay? These are ranked out. The Chiefs D is that high? The Cowboys defense is sneaky. I could take that. Vikings defense is sneaky good. Their offense is just going to be so abysmal that it might not help them a lot. I'm not taking the Browns defense right now. I'm not taking the Lions, Eagles. Vita Vea is in air. Micah Parsons doesn't come back for half the time. Like, Colts isn't good. Bengals is abysmal. Bears is all new. Niners is going to be hurt. Panthers is hurt. Yeah, so this is my top defense here, which is crazy to say. Crazy to say. I will take the Eagles after that, though. So we get the Cowboys. This is the team. A lot of week 11 buys, but not a big deal to me. We'll wait for the draft to finish out, but Brian Robinson Jr. goes. Again, we didn't get any handcuffs, but I don't think we need them in this draft. I feel like we have so much depth at every position that I feel really good about it. Let's go to my team. So getting fourth, does that mean that we were ranked as the 6th team? I know that they do draft report cards. Let's see. I got a B grade. My weakness is my defense, which they have graded out super low, but I honestly have graded out higher. My tight end is a weakness, I guess, because I don't have a backup tight end to Tyler Warren, but I think that's a waiver wire decision later. And then my kicker. Yeah, I'm okay with this grade, honestly. Like, if this is what gives me a B, I'll take a B. This is a pretty good team. Let's see what we got going on here. Got Drake May, week 1, he's playing Seattle. That makes it hard. However, if like Mike Evans is injured week 1 or Casey Concepcion is injured week 1, we'll just grab a waiver wire QB who may have an upside week. Oh my god, 20 points in week 1. Slam to score. Yeah, 121 is my projected total. Let's take a look. Current matchup is this guy. We have equivalent. Oh, he is Lamar, who is the second best QB in fantasy. And only has a 2.5 point edge. This Ashton Genty points is insane. Kenneth Walker at 15. Again, that's a good run defense, so I'm okay with that. Travis Achan, not that great. CeeDee Lamb, but I have Amon-Ra St. Brown, so yeah, fair. Nico Collins and Devonta Smith, again, fair. Tight end, 11.1? Where are we getting this from? Sam Laporte is a great tight end, don't get me wrong, but he's not that good. He's a 10.5 point projection max. Tedero McMillan is a 14.3 to Terry McLaurin's 12.3. You're telling me Bryce Young is getting this guy 14.6 points, but Jaden Daniels can't get him 12.3. Yeah, for real, buddy. Chargers defense, that's a really good defense. Giants defense. Oh, okay. The kickers are pretty much even. Eddie Pinheiro. My guy. So let's go back to my team. Is there someone I should be playing over? Like, yeah, I was thinking that Mike Evans may have a good projection. Jadarian Price actually has the projection to be better, according to ESPN. I'm going to put him in for now, listen to ESPN, but I will probably end up changing it. No IR eligible players. All right. Now. Let's see if we can find. First of all, we gotta think of a name. I low-key don't want to spend too much time doing that, so I'm gonna do this. Super simple. And I just dox my email. Alright, let's take a look at the rosters. Oh, is this how we're gonna do it? Okay, so we're gonna look at a way to propose some trades here. Who is needy at what? What is this? Is this a video where I can see? Stop. Derrick Henry and Kyron with running back 3 as Tony Pollard. My running back 3 is Jadarian Price. So that's about a round value there. I will say there's no one on IR. There's like no IR eligible people because even Tucker Kraft is listed as questionable. Like, other than Kittle. So this guy can put Kittle at his IR. The Charbonnet team can put Charbonnet in IR. Alright. Let's see who are the players that we could have added that we maybe didn't think about. Harrison Butker has the highest... oh, wait. My projected points. We get a backup QB in CJ Stroud is one of our top options. I would also be okay with taking Aaron Rodgers if necessary. Now, who would I cut? That would be hard. I'd have to cut the worst player on this team, and that would be like, what, KC? Ooh. Yeah, that's hard. Because I have a very solid team overall. I'm very happy with this draft. Now, let's figure out what this does. We are ranked 6th in the power rankings right now. This is not what I want to see. I want to see what the Gridiron Gauntlet is. What if I go here? Gridiron Gauntlet. Make the playoffs and prepare for an epic battle. The team with the most points earns the top spot and takes home the epic prizes in the world's greatest fantasy football contest. So, is there... oh, learn more. Oh, so it's one winner. Trophy ring and personalized jersey. Is that really all that ESPN can offer? Top 4 playoff teams. And then the most points becomes a... Yeah. Top 10 teams get this. Winner will get a ring. I would hope that they would fly me out to see it, but hey, all right. Yeah. We'll see. I'm more likely than not going to be starting Terry McLaurin over Tyler Warren in a full PPR league. We have a lot of good value off the bench, so pretty difficult to figure out what we would do there, but it should be fine. It's going to be kind of difficult to come up with some good trades here. We could trade our way into getting a backup QB. I just don't want to. I would rather, in the case where Drake May gets hurt, kind of just siphon off random QBs. This team at 2 has Jacobs, Quinshon Judkins, 99-year-old Alvin Kamara, and that's it at running back. So we're going to propose a trade for our running backs. Now, am I going to give him great value? No, 100% not. What is this plus minus? Change in percent rostered. Okay, so that doesn't matter to me. The fact that Joe Burrow isn't rostered in 100% of leagues is an abomination. So we want a receiver. No, do we even want a receiver? Both my receivers are better than his. I don't really want to trade for Brock Bowers. I could have taken Burrow, but I decided not to. I guess what we can do is send him... Like, we have more than enough running back depth. Or can I get away with sending this trade offer? Or can we get a backup tight end here? I don't want to take Kincaid. I can take Henry. Like, what if we did our bottom 2 running backs for Henry and Sutton? Now let's see what... We'll do it open for one day. Oh, whoops. Alright. Saw you needed RB depth. Big dog. Alright. So I'm sending value for really value. Now we're going to look at the trade calculator on one of my favorite sites, which is going to be flockfantasy.com, where How do you see trades? Swear we were able to do this. Calculate. Redraft. Full PPR 10 team. 1 2 2 1 1 8 bench. Select. Alright. They will receive Manungai and what's his name? Oh, are you guys not able to see my screen? Is my screen frozen? Whoops. There you go. And then I'm also sending Brooks for Sutton and who am I also getting back? Henry. So I'm being robbed by my own trade. Good thing I didn't send it. What if instead of Monongai, I send KC? Like, this guy doesn't have anything I want. You know what I mean? Like, Jadarian Price and Terry McLaurin. Does Jadarian Price and Terry McLaurin fairly get me Puka? Like, what gets me Puka? Price. Oh, wait. Can I flip the sides? No, I can't. Okay. So we're gonna... I receive Puka. They get Price. Obviously. Robbing them. To balance... Oh... Price and a second round pick, basically. Who was my second round pick? What if I sent him Price and Walker? Fair trade leaning his way. Now I need a running back in return. Because I'm now starting Ramondre Stevenson. Let's see, Judkins. Can I do that? Is Judkins getting too expensive? Judkins is too expensive. His only other running back that we are interested in... Or what if we took Henry? Henry's a nothing. We can't do Judkins. What can we do? Kamara. I'm not doing Kamara. Yeah, I don't think we can make this work. I don't think we can make this work. I'm literally giving him my two worst players, and it's not making a difference. Like, what if we did... Kamanungai for Sutton and Henry. Oh, Kamanungai for Sutton straight up. Let's do it. Kyle Manungai for Cortland Sutton straight up. Do I even want Kwan-Sun though? Not really. Not really. Yeah, okay. We're not gonna make a trade with this dude. I just like thought myself out of that trade. Alright, we're just gonna stick to this then. We'll stick to it. The number one, the number one. There's no way they're number one in everything. I wonder if Sleeper does something like this. Because I would be very surprised if Sleeper just doesn't do anything like this. Obviously, we've done a lot of mock drafts on Sleeper. But what if I joined a league? Wait, I don't want to create one. Like, wait, I don't want to make this. Ah. How is Milrow not on my taxi squad? Oh, wait, I have an empty bench spot? I put him on my bench. Jalen Milrow, I put into my taxi. RJ Harvey has the same sleeper projection as Travis Etienne. Alright, I want to do a real draft. We're 100 drafts in plus some. We just did the easy one. Let's go ahead and do a really hard one. Got a notification, but it wasn't from Underdog, I guess. That is crazy. In some areas, it is in an insane time. And there's still 1,000 people watching Flock Fantasy right now. Yeah. Yeah.
ओके फ्री हो जाएगा तो ये कपड़ा यहाँ
Huh. I'm not getting my email. There we go. We have the crazy lineup here. I never fix this part, but yeah. We have really good running backs? No, we don't. What? I'll take Dylan Sampson. Why is Jaden Blue so high right now? 10-point rise in ADP for what? What did I miss? Oh, my second one finally came through. Anyway. This is us looking at some old Kenneth Walker stats. Oh. That was my only tab. See how the puppy's doing? Still half full. You know, half empty is actually the optimism way. I have every QB at my disposal. For some reason, no one wants a QB. Oh, because this is a QB cheap draft. We almost got Lamar Jackson back to us here at the 6th round. Now, I'm probably going to just take Daniels here. Again, while Laramie Tunzel is a big loss, I'm still going to keep taking him at a price that's very solid.
वो रोम कॉम टाइप रोम कॉमेडी भी नहीं है रोमांटिक शो है बट स्लो रोमांटिसिज्म मतलब इसमें तो देख सकते हो देखना फिर स्लो है
All right, pick 8 here. We can't get a single good pick.
तो मैंने आपको टेक्निकल कार्ड भेज दिया है ले लो
When we take a look at our rankings,
इसमें और यहाँ पे
we have McCaffrey now at 8.
तो रख के जाता हूँ मेरा जो हेल्थ का पेमेंट कार्ड है अगर वो कोई पेमेंट मांगेंगे तो उस कार्ड पे दे सकता है काउंटर पे
Am I willing to take someone other than McCaffrey right now? I don't know, honestly. I can't tell you. Like, this is probably the perfect situation to take him. However, I don't think he's going to land in my lap. I just know I'm somehow going to end up taking ARSB here. We keep getting these middle of the pack picks. We keep getting the same start every time. Okay. Flock League draft order decision video. I saw the short. I plan on reacting to their video, so we'll see what happens there. Does Amon Ra go? Like, why? Oh my god. And guess what happens when you've taken him so many times? Hampton twice, Chase Brown 4 times, Walker 5 times, Achane 7 times. So we're hoping not to get Achane here, not to have the same team in every draft. Again, Achane, hopefully the 40 touches makes a difference. We were seeing McCaffrey go as high as 5. He's back down to 7. This is looking like one of the drafts that you would be doing in probably early June. Sorry, late June, early July. But yeah, Chase Brown goes. Hampton goes. That was who I would be okay with taking. Achane goes. So what we can do is switch it up by taking Saquon. I don't think I would take A.J. Brown over Saquon. I wouldn't. So I'm going to take Saquon here. That will be the first time we have done this. Yeah, because otherwise the assistant would have shown me. And I cannot. Yeah, we have never taken Saquon and Amon-Ra St. Brown together. So this is going to be a new team. Finally. Am I happy about this start? Not at all. But we are going to see what we can do here. Now we had some viewers pop in and out of this chat room. I have no idea why. Today I've been interesting. Anyway. Rice at 20. I don't know what it would take for a Bestball drafter to not like Rashi Rice. Genuine insanity. Genuinely insanity. But we're not going to put that there. We're going to go ahead and put that there. And I'm going to bring out the iPad so that I can do some late night work at the same time here. But yeah, we may have a day where we go in early to the office tomorrow. So in case of that, let's see exactly what's going to happen. But I'm connecting. And ooh, I know that Madden Mobile has just come out. Like sorry, not Madden Mobile. College Football Mobile. I saw an MMG video about this. Yeah. Maybe something that I have to look into. Igbuka at 29, Olave at 30, Jeremiah Love goes. So this could have been our most unique team ever if Jeremiah Love didn't go. However, Trey McBride is available. If we look at the amount of times that I've taken Amon-Ra St. Brown and Trey McBride, it's only 2. Kyron is 10. Oh, we only have 20 seconds in these drafts. And I totally forgot that. You know what? I probably would have taken Trey. It's kind of cope, but Trey is the good pick here. Like, I'm not taking a wide receiver 2 over Trey McBride. I'm not taking Lad McConkey, who could be a wide receiver 2, over Trey McBride. I'm not taking a dude who's going to spend half the time in the medical tent over Trey McBride. Like, this is a value-based draft. A guy I'm willing to take at 6. A guy I'm willing to take at 16. And a guy I'm willing to take at 25. Now, don't get it twisted. We will most definitely today be attempting to enter into a Flock Fantasy League. Will it happen? Probably not. If it does happen, staying up for another hour and drafting with draft assistant tools because I have them. Jacobs goes at 38. Waddle went at 35, so we're not going to get him. Loveland goes early. Is it early anymore? Hard to tell for me. However, this will be my pick if I get him. Otherwise, I'm taking Javonte. Yeah. We're getting Josh Allen at 41. We have one of every position, which I've almost never had. We'll be able to take a lot of receivers, a lot of running backs. So we should have a good amount of time, or a good time in this draft here. Travis Achan goes off. He is continuously falling. Now, a lot of people are predicting Kamar to be something. He's not. It's over. Dream is dead. And this is someone who loves Kamara, who drafted him last season. He's not going to do anything for you. He's dust. I'm someone who had him for the 60-point Christmas game, so, or 6-touchdown Christmas game. So I can tell you that's true. Burden at 47 would never be going that way. We have arguably the best tight end. We have the best quarterback. We have the safest pick at receiver, and if Saquon Barkley is something, this is a puppy winning team. This is a puppy winning team. Feeling pretty good so far. And I don't really feel good about teams that take Saquon on. He just doesn't usually fall. And I'm not taking Henry before Bowers, so I'll take him over Rice. I may take Nico Collins over him, so. As you can see, the guy who we want is clearly highlighted. Running backs are looking a little expensive at 65. We're hoping that we get an opportunity to take like a Jadarian Price of sorts. We don't get DJ Moore. So we'll be looking to get Travion. Again, no, I can't do it. I need to go into my rankings and drop Travion Henderson because there's no way that I can take Travion Henderson above any of these guys. I also take Bashal Tootin a lot now. I should have Jadarian Price like up here. The reason I'm going running back, very simple. I want to take a bunch of receivers from now on. 65, you don't have many opportunities for anything other than QB. You do have some receiving options. Our wide receiver too, he's going to be pretty buns. Pretty buns. But our top two running backs are going to be great. Our QB is great. Our tight end is great. The issue is that we need two more receivers. So in any other format, this is an amazing start. Kind of concerning now. Should I have maybe taken Devontae? Maybe. Devontae's a faller? Great pick. Loveland team also has Lamar. We get Brian Thomas. Oh God. I need to hope that he had a bad year. And next year is gonna be good. This is a very speculative team. Very weird team. I've never drafted a team like this in my life. So, we literally have drafted the rainbow within the first 4 rounds. Don't think I've ever done that before. Tyler Warren, while he is an interesting flex play, honestly, still not doing that. Still not doing that. Travion Henderson at 66. Wow. I faded Henderson and he goes all the way down to a team that already had 3 running backs. This is the weirdest draft I've ever been in, I think. This is back-to-back weird drafts. Anyway. We're going to keep taking a look here, but yeah.
I'll wake you up at 6:45. Close your eyes, you will sleep.
Very fair. Very fair. Oh, if Dak makes it to your 9th. I don't think Dak makes it. I don't think I'm in a league where Dak has made it to 9th. Hurts made it to the 7th. That's a pretty crazy story. All right, Kraft goes. Let's see who we have. Okay. Alec Pierce is now going under Josh Downs. Might be fair. No. I thought I had it, dude. Downs goes, so I don't even have to consider. I'm going to take Jaden Reed. Here. Definitely the best player available. I have a feeling that Mason Dodd is pick number 5 in the Flock Fantasy draft because yeah. Oh my god, Jordan Addison makes it to us. I did not want to take Michael Wilson there. There's no way I get into this. So, did my link just not copyright?
But I gotta tell you, congrats.
ZE9J9
Some other streams when we have extra time, I am going to actually I'm gonna
V57
randomize and then I'm going to reassign
BB.
pick five. Okay, and I told y'all before this I was picking pick five. Y'all bought $0 into this league. It's shoot, I need to change it again. I need to practice with five. I'm sorry. I don't know if you like five, if you like six. I don't exactly care which one you like here, buddy.
I'm gonna take
Pick
Kyle.
five because I need to practice. Put me at five. Got updated.
Okay, so he's clearly stressing about that pick five, so it's true.
Updated.
But
Now we're in the
I
draft.
don't know what happened per se.
Hopefully I don't botch this. And again, because I'm gonna be stubborn with this. I refuse to start CMC over JSN. I'm gonna start this draft.
I don't know what just happened, but yeah,
One is on the
it's cool.
clock. I'm gonna be using my draft sheets. Of course, this is what I might.
And I just know because he forced his way into five. So, oh, okay, never mind. I thought someone was gonna go out of their way to pick JSN over the guy, but yeah, they didn't do it. And we'll just get back into our own thing. Gainwell here at the turn. I took Mungai because he was a sleeper. Fell almost a whole round to me. So I'm going to take him in any case where he does that. Not looking too happy here. Where I feel like I'm very behind at both position, which is probably how I should be feeling. All things considered, how I actually am behind at both position. And I wanted Goff, but I don't know if I want to reach for him. Murray is gone. Quarterback's expensive. I'm not going to buy into the expense. I will instead buy into my own things. Getting a lot of compelling arguments from people that, hey, are we just penciling in the dude for wide receiver, Carnell Tate for wide receiver one a little too early? Maybe we are. We have PPR Demon Wandale Robinson on our team. But yeah, he's talking a lot right now. He gets JSN. With JSN, most likely Drake London, I'm assuming he's going to get. I don't think he likes Drake London. Don't think you're going to get Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think there's going to be one of the guys who's going to be refusing to go running back in that one. Again, I don't know who's picking around him, but I don't think they're going to let him. This league is worth $100,000, so clearly means a lot to him. You can actually see that he is very stressed. Maybe I should make like an entire YouTube channel analyzing the psyche of Mason Dodd. He does not get Drake London. Instead, he's going to get someone better. Oh, never mind. He's going to get Derrick Henry is there.
A lot of that is based on us being in real-time drafts. F me.
He's going to be Brock Bowers, right?
Bowers, Derrick Henry. I just have no freaking idea. I'm gonna go Bowers. Here's my thought process with Bowers over Henry. One,
Wow.
I'm not a Derrick Henry guy. Y'all know that. Let's call a spade a spade, right? Full PPR format.
He takes Bowers over Henry. I think we may just react to his draft, honestly, after this one. Because his stuff is way more interesting than what mine is going to be. Anyway, we're about to be back on the clock here. We can take a running back where we have the potential RB1 in Jacksonville with Chris Rodriguez if Bashal Tutin doesn't hit. Again, I'm very high on Bashal Tutin, so I don't believe that'll be true. Chris Rodriguez has a lot of pass catching ability, so it may be possible. I don't have my. Oh, I do have my water bottle. Be right back. Where now I'm feeling a lot better about receiver and running back, where I can take another tight end, I can take another QB, and we'll be okay. Derrick Henry goes off right after Rice, Pickens, Collins. Willis goes off 136. Ooh. Who do I have the pairing with? It's going to be Jadarian Price, right? Yeah, I'm not going to take that. I'm instead going to take Dallas Goedert, who has the huge touchdown upside, which I think is the only thing you're missing when you're taking Trey McBride. He's not going to score touchdowns. What he will do is spam the fuck out of PPR. This is half PPR, but it doesn't make a difference to me. It's all the same to me. So he gets Kyron. Ooh. Trey McBride does go, so you don't see him crashing out because he could have taken Trey McBride instead, which I think is something that you see a lot. I feel like I've watched this guy too much. I might be a super fanboy. I gotta edit my title to Fanboying plus Fanboying Flock Fantasy. I think Flock Fantasy will probably get more views than Mason Dodd will. The dude is stressed. I know he would have hated himself if he had to take Breece Hall. Allen goes super early in that one, but it's... No, I don't see that. Because all things considered, you're basically treating underdog drafts similar to sleeper drafts, where it's... You can start up to 4 receivers. Now, you don't have... You could start 4 running backs, which is the difference, but you're never really going for that in a full PPR format. You're generally going to start at least 3 receivers, which is what you have in underdog with a flex spot open. And I have a lot of leagues where I just start 4. So wide receiver matters a lot in those leagues. Bigsby goes at 147. Henry. This has been a weirdly diverse stream. Not sure if I'm a fan of that. Jonah Coleman goes off. That was a guy I was considering. Again, we're getting more and more news about the J.K. Dobbins issues with staying healthy. I'm regretting taking Kyle Monangai over Jordan Mason. I really like Jordan Mason. He's an RB1. I fully passed on him for a guy I don't believe that much in, but it's nothing I can do now. I'm not going to take Omar Cooper. There's a lot of news where he may not even be the second best running back or second best receiver in that offense. I'm instead going to take Stroud here. Where I can pair him up with a Tank Dell later on. I cannot actually pair him up with the Dalton Schultz, but that's not an issue to me. I think we're going to take 6 running backs, 7 receivers respectively. 8 receivers respectively. Naylor was my pick, so not getting Naylor forces our hand a little. And instead of just putting this on my phone, I think I'm just going to go ahead and go on YouTube and look that up again. Where I'm going to mute it for now, so that's not loud for y'all. in the background of our draft. But he takes Garrett Wilson. Ew. Now, at the price, is it bad? No. Not at the price. This is not a team that you want to be taking that at, though. Jets players, and I know he's feeling it, so I'm not gonna say anything about it. But yeah, see Jalen McMillan with a continuous fall, involved in position drills. It means he's coming back. Honestly, I'm taking Jalen McMillan over Algier. Algier has touchdown upside, which is why you have to consider it a little bit, but please don't spam chat. You'll be timed out. Thanks. Is that an automated message? I swear I've seen that from Vinny before.
Let's look at this team here. Taylor Achane in the first 2 rounds. Devonta Smith, ETN, and
Taylor
you're set up to
Achane,
crush
Devonta
wide
Smith.
receivers in the next few. Spam the chat right now. What pick would you rather have in your draft? Would you rather have the 105 or the 108?
105, 100%.
Would you rather have the 105 or the 108? Please let me know.
Ooh, 108 is actually probably better. Now that I think about it, because I said it 100%.
8.
There's a lot of 8, and when you think about it,
8.
8 is probably
Almost
better.
everybody is at pick 8. Because, like, even if, say you don't get McCaffrey, say you don't get Taylor, right? And you start off with,
Yeah,
like,
8 is
CeeDee Lamb
actually
and
like a
Justin
very
Jefferson.
solid pick to be at.
One of those guys.
I just kind of want to see his next pick.
You go HM in the second, or you go Kenneth Walker in the second. Lamar's the highest in my draft sheets, but again, when we took the elite tight end, I don't think we go with him. I think we pivot to running back. We take a
Ew. He took Henderson?
Yeah. Today, being locked in and really paying attention here, the 105 is not nearly as good as I thought it would be. Because, like, look at our team at the 105 versus the team at...
Like, genuinely speaking.
And no lie, like, I look at my draft, I'm like, yeah, if I'm at the 105, I'm taking JSN every time. Like, over McCaffrey. 208...
Travion
like,
Henderson over David Montgomery is a take of all time.
Like, I understand somebody else...
I like Zachariah Branch here more. I do have CJ Stroud, so I will take his best friend.
But that's not me.
But, yeah.
Like, if you look at the ADP of Yahoo and ESPN drafts, it's definitely very different. Don't get me wrong, because in Yahoo ESPN drafts, there's a damn good chance you get Kenneth Walker at the 208. There's a damn good chance you get Chase Brown. So there, I would absolutely love having the 105. You can start off JSN and Kenneth Walker, JSN and Chase Brown. Chef's kiss. But in the league I'm going to be drafting in this weekend, Chase Brown's going to go at pick 12. He's going to go at pick 13. I'm not getting him at the 208.
Oh, so I guess the Ladster has pick 12.
So if I'm not going to have a second round guy fall to us that we like.
What that does mean is I feel like you will get a
we
running
go at
back.
8, like, again, even if we take Lamb.
I don't know. Maybe that's a...
Which if Danny
Oh my
is
god,
picking
and of
behind me at
course...
9, I may literally...
Of course we have a tight end
just to
week
try to turn around and
draft
trade him immediately to Danny.
where people don't want to go out of their way and draft the tight ends. We're going to look at running backs. We're going to skip ahead.
Even in a draft
We're
like
not
this,
going
you
to take
start
Mike
Lamb,
Washington, Sean
Achane,
Tucker,
solid
Nick
wide receiver
Singleton.
one,
We're going to
solid
take the
running back
next
one.
best offense that we aren't already invested into,
Devonta,
which is going to
wide
be that
receiver
Chiefs
two, Olave,
offense.
whoever you prefer.
Patrick Mahomes,
ETN running
RB2,
back
is
two.
who I want here. To a very injury-prone
Like,
RB1,
Luther
I
Burden,
may
Mike
say.
Evans, whoever you
Cyrus
prefer,
Allen
wide
doesn't look like
receiver
he'll make
three.
it back to us. Again, I would love to take
We're
2
gonna be mock
Mahomes
drafting
players,
for
even
Bailey
without
spots,
Mahomes.
folks. I think 8 low-key may be better than 5. Okay. run the clock in 2 picks.
The thing about 8 is you have the opportunity to end up with Amon-Ra St. Brown, as I did in this
Brian
draft.
Thomas 606.
8, I get Saquon like, this is a very weird draft, don't get me wrong. This is not what you're getting in your full PPR ESPN, full PPR sleeper draft.
Parker Washington goes.
Wide
my highest
receiver,
ranked
wide
player is
receiver,
Christian
running back,
Watson.
running back, wide receiver, trust.
We'll go ahead and say
Nocturnal.
it. Like, who do we have at running back left? Warren, Ramondre. Those are guys we could possibly get in the next round. Christian Watson, according to our draft assistant, if you're looking at it, 85% chance Christian Watson's taken by the time we're on the clock again. So, we're going to go Christian Watson. Some of the
So
running
we're
backs
okay
we
with
looked
taking
at,
either one of
we have a
these
good chance,
guys, or
according to
either one of these
Fanboying.com
positions.
draft assistant, of getting him in the 7th.
We may have someone who I like available, so I may
we'll take
just be going
Watson
for
here. And again, I love the quarterbacks in this range too. Like, if you look at my overall ranks, like, we have May up here. We have
Again,
Daniels up here.
CMC is amazing. I'm a 49ers fan.
But when we take
So I'll be the
Bowers, we're
first one
gonna
to
run
tell
a
you
flex
that
spot,
CMC
right?
is probably
So on a Bowers
the
team, I don't
greatest
think we
player
can
of all
take the
time.
elite quarterback.
But to be constantly saying that it's $100,000 to first, $0 to second, so take the
Ward goes
riskiest
6'10".
guy available. This is why the fantasy community is full of people who, or this is why like people will consider fantasy gambling, because that is straight up gambling. There is no hedging your bet there.
Right. Pick 10, you go James Cook, Chase
With
Brown,
JSN in
Pick
a
10.
league where you know your draft
Pick
isn't
10,
everything.
11, and 12.
Like generally you don't trade your first round pick, but if you do trade your first round pick, you know, like
So,
you can do that.
Again, don't tell
You know what I
anybody
mean?
this, okay? Don't go into somebody else's
Like
stream
don't
and
make it a
look
big
at
deal.
Tell them anything that I'm thinking. But if I look at the players that I would be excited to have as a top 2 round pick. Obviously, Gibbs, Bijan Chase, Puka, JSN, McCaffrey, St. Brown, Taylor, Lamb, James Cook, Jefferson. All that's obvious.
Huh.
I'd be pumped to have
Hold
Jimmy
on.
as a second round pick. Pumped to have Hampton as a second round pick. Pumped to have Barkley. Pumped to have Chase Brown.
Yeah, I'm
pumped
gonna
to
just
have
go with
Devon
this.
Achane. That's 16 guys. If I take pick 9, I guarantee myself 2 of them.
And we're gonna go for running back here.
I guarantee that I can take like
We will
CeeDee Lamb,
take Zamir White, who
Devon
signs the contract
CeeDee Lamb, Saquon Barkley.
today.
James Cook, Saquon
In the
Barkley.
weird
Jonathan
case
Taylor,
that he doesn't, or he
Devon
goes off, I'll take one of the other guys, but I don't want to forget
So
about this. And
range of the board, I don't want
you know,
pick at
all
the
of a
end
sudden
for a couple
CMC's
of
injured,
reasons.
everyone else is also injured, and you can't take
we're gonna
Zamir
go
White
Ramondre here.
anymore.
Ramondre was up there as one of my most.
So I'm gonna take
highest
the
ranked
running
running
backs
backs.
and the good
We're on the clock
offenses here.
last, but the draft assistant
But-
told us there was only a 20% chance that he was going to get taken by the time we were on the clock again at the 7:05. So we'll take him, and we'll monopolize the New England backfield and
I'm not
hopefully get on
taking
one of
Murray.
these guys, and that solves our running back 2 dilemma. But another thing I got to figure out is, let me go on flockfantasy.com real quick. Obviously, most of the people in the Flock League have rankings posted on flockfantasy.com that I can straight up look at. So we have Zach, Avery, Nathan, Corey, Sammy, Danny. Let me pull all of those up.
I think we should be getting our guy
So
here.
here are their rankings on flockfantasy.com. Let's look at where they have Walker, because Walker is somebody that I wouldn't be as super excited to take myself, but I could see somebody else.
All right,
taking
this
him
may
well
be
before
the
me where I
first
have
ever
him.
Zamir White
So Zach
share
has Walker at 17,
we see in fantasy.
which is where I have Walker as well. Looks like he would take Barkley, Hampton, Genty over
With this
Walker.
pick, all I need is
Avery,
one usable
I think
week.
the domain guys are super low on Walker. Avery has Walker at 20. Yeah, Avery wouldn't take Walker. Nathan and Avery are pretty much always in lockstep. Let me see where Nathan has him. I gotta close out some windows here. I got 50 windows open on my computer. Alright. He's back in. Zach Avery.
So weird draft here, but honestly, I like it. I honestly like it.
Nathan has Walker at 19. Yeah, so he wouldn't take Walker early second. Corey
You know,
has
the
Walker
reason I may be
16.
more
He might have
favorable
Barkley.
in these like 6, 7, 8
I think
rounds
Danny's pretty high on him. Walker
is
15.
just because I
think Sammy's
draft
pretty high
so
as
much
well.
in them.
Where's Sammy's photo?
But yeah, we've done 2 drafts today on stream, so we're done for the day. We're just
Sammy has
gonna watch
Walker at 12. So
the
maybe
rest of the
Danny
vlog
and
stream and
Sammy
then head out
are the
today.
only
But
people that I would think that would take Walker at like the very beginning of the second. And again, I would just clearly prefer Chase Brown to Von Achan. So if I take the 108, I mean, I may not like my second round pick, but it has to be Kenneth Walker. So I'm going to go the 109 instead. But the 109, obviously much less likely to get McCaffrey, Taylor. I think, yeah, for my league specifically, I would be pumped with McCaffrey, Taylor. Let me see where these guys have those top. If y'all haven't realized, I look at the expert average rankings on flockfantasy.com, but I never break it down by creator like this. So Sammy has McCaffrey at 9. So it looks like, and I'm sure Danny has him low as well. Danny has him at 8. Danny has freaking Lamb at 5. Danny's a madman. Bush has Jonathan Taylor at 14. Sammy has Jonathan Taylor at 13. Nathan, Jonathan Taylor 7. McCaffrey 4. Nathan has Jamar Chase at 6. What the hell is Nathan's?
how do these guys get to label themselves as
Taylor
experts?
or McCaffrey would fall to pick 9. So if I wanted Taylor or McCaffrey, I'd have to pick 8. Pick 9, I would either be taking that next tier running back like James Cook, Genty. All right, Dowdle off the board. I have... I don't want to say what my sheets have because, god dang, all my sheets have guys that we could get in the next round at the top. I think we send it anyway. We're going to go Stephon Diggs in the 8th.
Diggs.
Don't love the fact that Tunsil's down. I think it makes the offense worse overall.
Whoa, Diggs.
But you have nothing there outside of Terry McLaurin. Like, he steps into the perfect situation.
Diggs is an insane pick for me. Oh my god.
Fuji says, honestly, studying everyone's rankings might be even more worthwhile time-wise than practice drafts. Once everyone drafts positions are set, there'll be much more clarity, yeah. Well, I think why I would want to study other people's rankings that are in the draft, but also keep in mind, there are wild cards in the Flock League draft. We have no idea what Jinxie is going to do, right? Jinxie doesn't have fantasy football rankings posted anymore. Junko could very easily decide to go through and take McCaffrey at pick 3. We don't know. Rome says he has bold takes and he doesn't agree with the majority of fantasy experts. So maybe Rome goes through it. Maybe Rome takes Devon Achan in the middle of round 1. And then God knows if Zoof has ever even played fantasy football. And then obviously the devs on flockfantasy.com are legit good. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I hate to say this, and honestly, it's the dumbest pitch ever. But I do think a big reason why the devs of flockfantasy.com have been so good in the league over the past few years is they legit just use the tools and rankings on the site. The editors are a wild card. I don't expect them to do anything crazy, though. I don't think they're the best, but I don't think they're going to do anything wild. But, like, Danny, Corey, Nathan Avery, Zach, I can map out what they would possibly do. Now, Kyle Monungai goes to the 904. My highest ranked player at this point is Blake Corum, so we're going to take Corum.
Oh my god, he's taking Blake Corum. He hates this dude.
We'll take Corum here. Worst case, he is a pure handcuff to Kyron in the league's best offense, which is what I think he's probably, actually. I guess best case, like, if he does take over, we now survive. So running back, I know we just drafted and monopolized 2 backfields. I didn't do it because I went, oh, I drafted Kyron Williams, so I need to reach on Blake Corum. I think that is a bad thing to do. But if I have Kyron and I think Blake Corum's the best pick on the board, I'm not going to shy away from just going through.
Like, honestly speaking, yeah, this team is pretty bad. You had JSN, Garrett Wilson.
Wide receiver, we have JSN at 1, Garrett Wilson at 2, Christian Watson 3, Stephon Diggs 4. Completely fine at wide receiver. Tight end, we have Bowers. And then running back, we have the Rams backfield and the Patriots backfield. So we monopolized 2 good offenses. But the problem is,
you have nothing.
If those offenses split, the backfield touches 50-50. Doesn't matter that we have both running backs on our team. We can only get one of them in our starting team.
Yeah, 100%.
So
100% true.
Overall, I do not like the team. Again, any team in which you draft Bowers or McBride, they're just going to look worse on paper because you're running back or wide receiver. You're going to have either a bad running back or wide receiver when you spend your second round pick on tight end. So really the only way that it ends up working out is if the tight end absolutely crushes, right? Whereas like prime Gronk, prime Kelsey, which I personally do think that can be Brock Bowers this year. I think that is a possibility.
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, you think about how Kubiak thinks of offenses. What Kubiak did with JSN, who obviously he was an elite talent coming out of Ohio State. But, I mean, I always knew that JSN was good because I mean, I'm not a Seahawks fan, but I watch the Seahawks 2 times a year, being a 49ers fan. And that dude always looked special when he was behind DK. That's why I took him in 2 leagues. That's why I won 2 out of the 3 redraft leagues I played in last year. So
Herbert 10-04. I like the Herbert pick. I would have taken Herbert in the 10th if you made it to, especially in the 6-point passing touchdown league.
Yeah.
But now I'm the only team that doesn't have a quarterback, so I'm really going to push QB. And there's no reason for me to take Mahomes here from the only team with no quarterback.
That is very true.
I have Mahomes ranked. I'm almost exclusively going to be looking at running back and wide receiver.
I feel like you should exclusively be looking at running back here.
I really like the Jordan Mason.
Given that you feel great at wide receiver, you have the elite wide receiver 1. Wide receiver 2 is just is a round 1 pick.
Yeah.
If he's not a New York Jet. If Cade Klubnik is something.
Rodriguez is very similar to Jordan Mason. As in, like, hey, we don't know if he's any good, but his backfield's unclear. He could potentially be the starter.
What do you mean could potentially?
So
you think that Aaron Jones is coming in and taking the starting job? I can understand DeMond Claiborne.
So we're going to take the highest ranked running back with Chris Rodriguez.
That is a pick I love
he is the starting
here.
running back in Jacksonville. He's not going to catch the ball, right? Most likely he's in some type of serious committee here.
Like week 1 in this team, what are you doing? You're starting Kyron and Ramondre?
Yet he says, Mason will Jinxie be at the in-person draft? No, sadly, Jinxie will not be at the in-person draft. He obviously is a very busy individual. So him flying out with 48 hours notice is probably a no-go. So he is going to be calling in. We have a big TV we are going to be putting him on. and having him like sit with us on the thing, and he was gonna call into the war room every week. I'm sorry, every pick to make his selection. Okay, Concepcion was actually my highest ranked wide receiver. I don't know if that person was drafting off the sheets. Obviously, Concepcion was buried in the ADP, but I think it's a damn good pick in comparison to the other wide receivers. Brogue says, is he going to stream it? No, we asked him not to stream it to not ruin the surprise in the video. So, he's very nice to us by not streaming it. That way also in case anything goes wrong, right? Blah, blah, blah. And also it'd probably be a boring live stream on his end because the draft for the Flock League, since we have to go into the sticker room, we have to record like interviews, it's generally a lot slower than a regular fantasy draft. Like the Flock League draft may take us 5 hours. These drafts that I do here, it's super easy to stream them because, they're 30 minutes. But I don't think
It's a very fair take.
watch the Flock League draft live stream because it's a 5-hour stream. I know in theory you'd want to watch it. Like you maybe say you want to watch it. I don't think you actually do. I'm going to go running back, wide receiver over the next few rounds. Our next highest ranked wide receiver is Khalil Shakir.
The fact that people want, like...
Do I like Khalil Shakir? Hell to the no. But I think as a wide receiver, we could start in a pinch in a bye week. And no other wide receiver on the board is interesting. Lisa's house at 5 hours, LOL. It will take a while to make their picks. Last year, no lie, Zach maybe, he would go into, here's what would happen last year for our draft. Dead honest truth. We'd be sitting there, everybody's looking at their draft sheets, right? Zach would go into the sticker room, like your draft war room. And somebody like myself, before I would go in there, I know who I was going to pick, right? I have my sheets. I've been crossing players off. I see who's at the top. I see what my team needs. I go, okay, I'm going to go in and grab the sticker.
I'm not
Zach
really
would
sure
go
how
into the
this is
sticker room
reflecting on
and
your
go,
guys then.
all right, let me now begin to think of who I want to draft. And he'd be in there for 8 minutes figuring out who he wants to pick. And I'd be looking around going like, what is this? What's happening here? So it takes quite some time, and we are going to try to make it faster this year. We're going to try to streamline it, but there's so much at risk and so much like, it legitimately is the highest stakes fantasy league, I think, in the world. Because one, there's the friends aspect where I want to be able to laugh at Corey and tell him, you lost the league, I have more wins than you, ha ha, I'm better than you, right? So you have that's with your regular fantasy league. Then you have the aspect that we all do this for a living. And if you have a horrible performance in the Flock League, people are going to be less likely to watch your videos the next year. Your business will be hurt. And if you win the Flock League, people will be more likely to watch your videos next year. Your business will be helped. So there's that aspect that raises the stakes. And then now this year, it's $100,000 to first place. So there's a direct financial thing as well.
I mean, wow.
And then throw on the fourth high stakes that you'll publicly be ridiculed on YouTube if you were doing poorly, and you can flex to everyone if you are playing well. So, like, in my opinion, it's the highest stakes fantasy league that's ever existed. I don't even think it's remotely close. So you have the business stakes, the financial stakes, the social stakes, everything. Okay, I may get...
I know what he just read this and he started smiling.
One of the first guys I've taken in this draft.
He was very smart and
Zill
not to
says,
take
appreciate the
QB.
rankings on the flock site. Just killed my draft. Hell yes, my friend. Congrats. I'm surprised that you're drafting this early, to be honest. Okay. Brandon says, and now Jinxie will add even more eyes and pressure. That is 100% true. Now, now we have the pressure of people watching us who know, that know who we are and criticizing us. And that we already had that pressure, but now we have the pressure of complete strangers from Jinxie's world watching and criticizing. Here's the deal. I'm going to take our first ever share of Brandon Aubrey. This is where he goes. He goes in round 12.
Whoa.
And by the time we
round
get
12?
to this point, these rounds 12, 13, 14, 15 picks, most of them are waiver wire guys you cut like Jalen McMillan. So we'll go ahead, lock in a kicker that I do believe is in his own tier for this year. And yeah, I think it's a completely fine pick. Now, I see Jan in the chat. Hope that you're doing well, my friend. And wait, real quick. Dexter says, are y'all just saying it's 100,000 for the hype and it's not really that much? No, it is 100% $100,000 for first place. Before the ball competition today, I made everybody sign contracts in case they got severely hurt. I couldn't get sued. The contract said you're voluntarily doing this. If severe bodily damage happens, you can't sue Mason for it. Obviously more in legal terms. But in that contract, it also said winner gets $100,000 to first place that Flock has to pay. So contracts were signed this morning, written in stone, that Flock Fantasy is giving $100,000 to the winner of the Flock League.
How much can this guy make?
But, yeah, anyway, going back to it.
How much can it really be worth?
We'll give y'all one last shout, one last reminder that we are going to be doing that season pass giveaway at the very end of this. That's, if you want to enter into win a free flockfantasy.com season pass, what you need to do is drop a like on the live stream. And
I mean, I am never winning
the word
it,
season
but
pass
I'll
into the
do
live
it.
chat.
I don't know if I have.
Jan says Flock cameras losing 100K. Yes, the contract says you have to collect your 100K from Flock cameras. Good luck. Good luck with that one. Okay. A run on kickers happened, which is interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and
He
get my
started
first
to
quarterback
run
here.
on kickers, which is nice because now you can take Mahomes.
We're going to take Mahomes in the 13th. Here's the deal. If I can get Mahomes in the 13th, I know he's coming off a torn up knee. I may just have to wait on QB. Especially in the world in which we take the elite tight end here. We have JSN, Garrett Wilson, Christian Watson, Stephon Diggs, Khalil Shakir is our first 5 receivers. Wide receiver.
Mahomes going after Harrison.
Tight end, we have Bowers. We have the best tight end in the league.
That is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
We have Brandon Aubrey at kicker. You know your team's bad when you're trying to flex your kicker. And then we have Mahomes, their starting quarterback, in a 6-point passing touchdown format. Running back, we have the Rams guys, the Patriots guys, and then Chris Rodriguez. And we'll throw whatever random running back here in the final 2 rounds. And, yeah, we may actually not draft a defense in this. We may just go running back to end it and hope that we get lucky and hit on a running back at the very end that sees an injury or sees a suspension to the guy in front of him, and then all of a sudden, oh crap, we actually hit on somebody that we can start. We desperately needed a running back, so that helps. Okay, Epic says Danny regrets signing that. Yes, Danny regrets signing that. Brogue says, what did you get in the ball competition? I am going to be honest, I did not win it. I did not win it, and I did not get last. I'm not going to give you any more information than that. It will come out in the video tomorrow. But I did not win it. If I would have won it, I would have taken either the 101 or the 102. I didn't get top 2, so I'm not going to get one of those 2 picks. But I didn't get near the end, so I'm definitely going to get to choose what area of the board that I want to pick. Besides, I'm not going to be able to get Gibbs or Bijan. If I got Gibbs or Bijan, I would be extremely surprised.
Stafford 1401. 6-point passing touchdown format. I was probably taking Stafford.
So they don't pick until draft day.
Jan says, Mason didn't invite me out. My friend, we did not know where we were filming until this morning. And it was also at like 6 a.m. But you know you are invited to the draft and you are invited to the meetup, my friend, of course. Double says video release time. It's not going to be out in the morning. I know that. I don't know if it's going to be out in the afternoon. I don't know if it's going to be out in the
I can't
evening.
watch
I
in
don't
the
know if it's gonna
afternoon
be
because I
out
got
at
some
night,
preseason to be watching.
but it will be out tomorrow. Question is, at
Yeah.
what point tomorrow? Maybe super late. Maybe in the afternoon. The editors have been working tirelessly. Shout out Thomas. Shout out Nick. Hopefully making that video the best that it can be. Again, at this point of the draft, I like just taking straight up handcuff running backs in case something happens before the year. I mean, we are a month out from the season starting. Why the hell are you taking 2 defenses in a fantasy draft at the beginning of August, my friend? Chargers would have been a defense I would have felt compelled to take. I'm going to take Dylan Sampson here at the 1408. Judkins is coming off a pretty big injury. Depth chart behind Judkins is Dylan Sampson. That's really about it. Sampson does have some receiving upside. The most likely outcome is Judkins is fully A-OK, good to go week 1. And we go ahead and we cut Dylan Sampson before the season starts for a defense that we're going to need to start instead. But I don't mind taking like Dylan Sampson in the last 2 rounds. And if in camp, I don't know, we get a different injury for Quinshon Judkins, or maybe the same injury acts up, it flares up, then obviously Dylan Sampson would get that bump before the season starts. And then at that point, we would know, oh, okay, instead of cutting Dylan Sampson, let's cut whatever bum running back.
He got another week 11 bye.
Okay. Sean Tucker at the 14-11. And actually, let's do the giveaway real quick. Okay, giveaway. Perfect. Okay, let me throw y'all's names on this list, and I've never been this tired. Now, Miami says preseason starts tonight. I didn't even know. Do we have preseason games tomorrow? We have preseason games. It may actually be fun to watch with the guys. I think we may go do Top Golf or something. I'm sure the games will be on. Okay, we're spinning the wheel. This is who gets the free flockfantasy.com season pass.
Please be me.
All right, who's the winner?
Nope.
Mustang 45 Mav. Mustang 45 Mav. Please let me know what your flockfantasy.com username is in the live chat. I'd be happy to go ahead and get you hooked up with a free season pass. If you already have a season pass, I'll hook you up with some free questions, start set trade. That way you're definitely getting hooked up with something for free. But let me know what it is. 6-point passing touchdown format. With this last pick, we're going to go Goff. Goff in a 4-point passing touchdown league. I don't think it's worth drafting, but 6 points, I think you can get there with passing touchdowns.
Don't think the dude's even here.
Okay. Sports Ball says, just got the season pass today. My home league is a $150 pot and it's on ESPN, about to be easy money. Hell yes, my friend. I am rooting for you. Best of luck. And hopefully you can get into one of these drafts with us that we're doing every single night as well. And the season pass helps you there too. Now, Brandon says, Mason didn't rig it. Zuffa rigged it. That is true. Fan number 2 went into the back end. He hacked the stream.
Anyway. That is all I have today. I'm tired. And I'm about to head out. But yeah, we'll continue doing these kind of formats. I'm assuming the streams are going to get a little bit longer. Maybe they'll be earlier in the day, considering I am going to be doing nothing with my life. So yeah. Anyway, peace.